Hi guys, welcome back to my Toyz video, and today we're doing custom LEGO Transformers Undergrind. Now Undergrind is basically Devastator. You could say Devastator and it would basically be the same character since he's in a bunch of construction vehicles, but I tried to get all of them to be different kinds of construction vehicles, except for this guy right here. He is the same as one of them. I can't remember his name. I think it was Overload. Anyway, I think I got into this phase of Transformers that merge into giant robots. I don't know. But this character I tried to make different. So let's see how it works out. We're gonna go two at a time, and these two kind of connect, so I want to start with them. Notice that the head isn't actually a separate piece. It combines with them. It's actually inside this guy. This guy looks like a, I can't remember. He kind of looks like Mixmaster, but it's not. I tried to make it one of those utility things where they have all this cargo, and they come by and pick it up, and that's where this guy comes in. He'll like grab the cargo and move it, but I'll tell you more about this guy in his own little place. For articulation to this character, this is supposed to be up. It's got the bucket motion. It's got the little shovel there, but it doesn't really do much. That's about all for articulation. I don't even know if these characters are actually size accurate. Imagine that a stud is size accurate to these characters, but with the truck it's kind of weird. I at least got it close. Some of these characters I have to explain why the bigger windshield and all that stuff, or a little cockpit, but I'll tell you that later. I did leave a bunch of studs exposed, but that makes it look a little bit more like a tread and gives it the connection that I need it to. These characters are supposed to be pocket sized, so that I'm able just to fit them in my pocket, bring them around where I want, and play with them. But these characters, when they're combined, are way too big to put in my pocket. Bigger than my average. I think about truck bead size. There is some studs going around here that are like not supposed to be there, but it's what I had and what I had to deal with, so it's there. To transform these characters, this character, you just slide it down. I try to make them simple. This is going to be the most unsimple one because it transforms into the head and part of the back. So you lift out each of these panels. Top panel, it's going to be a little harder because it's collected by that clip right there. That's an unnecessary stud, but I put it there for detail. You're going to pull this out like that and just kind of let it go. These pieces down here, these, I think they're called jumper plates, are actually Mega Block, and that's only for the articulation that it had. There's nothing under here, so it's just able to free roam, and I'm able to move his jaw a little bit better. Put it back on there. Okay, next we're going to twist the truck around like that. Hold the top and bottom of the head, and it broke. You're supposed to twist it around. It would kind of move this panel forward is what you want. Do the top panel, please hold together, and there we go. Time for the last one. There we go. Next, we're just going to slide these downward and kind of forward a little bit. I think that's good. There he is in his head and back mode. His head has all these little plates. Those are custom plates I got from a LEGO set. They got little red specks, which I imagine as the eyes. I think he's got 16 eyes. He's got a nice little mouth. I can fit a stud in there. Just connect them by finding that stud right there. Let it focus. That stud right there, and the little pipe, and you connect them. Then you twist this up and try to touch it to this yellow plate there. Like that. And there we go. This kind of just settles right there. That was an accident, but it's supposed to go there anyway. This is just going to be hanging until the next part. So there's the top part so far. Okay, we're going to do the arms last, so let's talk about these ones. We got our little wrecking ball here. I tried to make it size accurate. It wasn't that good. It's kind of loose around it, but it's got articulation. It can look left, right. The wrecking ball can sort of extend and swing around. Basically, this guy would replace, I think his name was Hightower, or Hook in the original. He's pretty nice. I don't believe that, what's his name? His name is Devastator, actually had a wrecking ball. When he untransforms, you can find wrecking balls on him, but there aren't really wrecking ball things around him. Transform this one. It's hard. Bring these forward like that, or under, and bring it up like this. There we have a leg. Just kind of steady it. Pick that out for now. Next we have this thing. To be fair, I just looked up a bunch of construction vehicles and tried to find all the ones that Devastator didn't have on him. And this is one of them. It's supposed to hold people and boxes. I can get a few boxes and set it right there, and he can just pick them up and put them on another floor of a building and stuff. It's very weird. And then he's got a little bit of junk right here, but that resembles his stabilizer. But again, it's supposed to be on both sides, and I couldn't do that. And it just came out weird. It looks like a construction vehicle, but not what it's supposed to be. I don't even know what it's called. It's sort of a crane-ish kind of thing, but smaller, way, way, way smaller. It's got a nice cockpit. It's supposed to be very junky over here in the picture, but it didn't really turn out that way. It's a little bit levitated for the pieces I had to use under there. But it's not too bad for what I had to deal with. Transform it. You just gonna bring it under and split these two pieces apart. There we have another leg. Finally, we have this thing. I think his name was Overload in the actual Devastator. He's supposed to carry around some dirt. Let me see if I have some. And that's where the scooper guy comes in. He can just like scoop up dirt and put it on there. That was nice. He is levitated too by the stud that I put there for decoration as a little hitch, I guess. And this piece right here that kind of keeps it together. Articulation, you can go pretty wild with this character. But to transform him, you're just going to try to leave him the same. Now to connect it all. This character goes in the same place as the actual Devastator's thing. The design is actually different from the Devastator's version. These two little jumper plates are going to go right there on that light gray place. Push this down and lift the bucket up. You can just kind of rest this piece on there. That's nice. If you know the names for the pieces, please put that in the comments. I'd really appreciate that. Next we're gonna bring this thing and plug it into there. The next one, and this one's gonna be really hard actually. You're gonna see that run right there, right behind the wheel. Same place to plug it in. But then next we're gonna have to swing it all the way back. And just kind of make sure his feet are nice. This is his natural pose, and he doesn't actually, he can't really move when we put the arms on, but it's a pretty cool pose when we do it. The next two are the arms, and they're probably the most likely you will never see in a construction site. They're size accurate with each other, and do have a little bit right there and there, but those kind of look like pipes throwing out steam. We'll look at these one by one. This one has an enormous cockpit, but that's only because it's supposed to fit like, I would say 5 people, maybe more, and it's supposed to like destroy like walls. Here's some dirt I just threw together, and blah. It's like a giant saw, basically, on a bulldozer. A giant saw on an enormous bulldozer. Transform this one. Gonna push that down, bring it around, and twist it like that. Next we have the drill, and the drill is probably one of my favorites. It does have the drilling motion right there. That's nice. This piece can articulate, I don't know why. This drill can go up and down. And I don't even know what the cockpit on this thing is. It's just a drill. I didn't even see this one in the picture. I just kind of made it up for something that Devastator didn't have. I think in the original he had a drill arm, and this character has a drill arm, but this arm is permanent and his arms cannot transform, so I guess that's a okay thing. I didn't really count this one as copying. That's why I only said I had one that actually copied. To transform it, you're gonna pull this down like I just did, twist it around like the last one, pull this thing, I guess that could be the cockpit, up, and do that. Bring in both the arms and the transformer. Find a stud right here on the wheel and the stud holder, or inside out stud, and connect them. Finally, you're gonna do the same for the last one. Actually, you're gonna try to, I forgot this part. You're gonna have to push this one almost completely onto this black piece right here. Then you're gonna plug it in. And there we have Undergrind in his robot mode. This thing is massive to my normal scale. Kind of awful. Like, rawr. You'd be scared. I mean, I said that wrong. Never mind. Just forget I said that. The drill arm is actually really cool. It stabilizes the entire build really nice. The legs stabilize the build really nice, and that's why we had to pull this one back so the drill could stay on. The saw hand looks kind of cool. The head's kind of tiny, which kind of makes him look really monstrous. He's just a real big pile of metal and mess, and you can see an entire truck on his back, and windows and lights and drills and all that stuff just laying on him. And that's basically what a transformer is. It's a pile of junk that turns into something. And I like this character. Right, like I said, he's portable, so if you take him apart again, you could fit him in his pocket. But this size, he's like way too big to put him in your pocket. But he's super fun. He wasn't really supposed to be articulate or look cool in the first place. He was literally just something I threw together to have fun with. And like, he's able to fit what I think is size accurate. Half of this bomb would be size accurate to a person, and just fit it in his mouth. He's got some mouth motion. You can't really see it, but the inside of his mouth goes in and out all the time, which is pretty fun. His legs this leg really wiggles a little bit, but that doesn't bother me. I like to think this character is an Autobot, even though he's a Decepticon. Well, I mean, Devastator was a Decepticon, and this guy's based off of Devastator. Just know that. Because I wanted to think that Ratchet wanted something close to Devastator so they can deal with him. But I think they got Grimlock, so that doesn't make sense either. And I think they actually have their own thing that transforms into a bunch of stuff. I don't know. I don't watch the movies. I don't do any of that stuff. I think I watched Transformers Prime and stuff, but I haven't seen any of the movies yet, and I'm excited to watch them. I think I might do them within a few months. I can't remember. Either way, this is it for the video, and if you did enjoy, please hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.